The compression spring is part of your recip saw's blade clamp. The spring applies pressure to the push plate, which ejects the blade from the clamp when it is released. Over time, the spring can lose its tension. This will cause the blade to no longer eject from the clamp. Replacing the compression spring is a repair that you can do yourself, and I'm going to show you how.
Hi, I'm Mark Socha.
Do-it-yourself repairs like these are easier than you might think. From lawn machines to cordless drills, kitchen mixers,
Outdoor grills.
our how-to videos walk you through each repair from start to finish. So doing it yourself means never having to do it alone.
Let's get started.
I'll begin by removing the shoe from the saw. Now I can disassemble the blade clamp. First, I'll remove the outer rubber cover. The blade clamp is secured with a split retaining ring. I'll use a pick to remove it. Now I can remove the driving sleeve. With the driving sleeve removed, I can remove the shoulder pin and compression spring. Now remove the guide sleeve. It's held in place with a small metal pin. I'll use a magnet to remove the pin. Now remove the driving sleeve guide, and next the sleeve. The sleeve and the rest of the components are secured with a metal cross pin. I'll use a punch to remove the cross pin. I'll slide the punch all the way through the assembly, replacing the cross pin with the punch. Now as I remove the punch, I need to be careful because these components are under spring tension. I don't want to lose any of the parts. I'll remove the push plate, the compression spring, and torsion spring. With all of the clamp's components removed, now I can replace the compression spring. Now I can reinstall the clamp. As I install the torsion spring, the center pin needs to be pointing up, so the gap is at the top. The pin on the side of the torsion spring should be on the right-hand side of the saw when you're standing at the rear of the saw. I'll slide this into the slot on the shaft. Next, I'll install the sleeve. There's a hole on the back of the sleeve that needs to align with the pin on the torsion spring. Now I'll take the long pin and I'll rotate the sleeve clockwise. I'll insert the pin into the hole on the shaft. I only want to insert the pin a small amount, just enough to hold the sleeve in position, but I don't want it to extend all the way through. Now I'll install the long compression spring. I just drop it in the opening in the shaft. Next, the push plate. The push plate goes in place with the long tab pointing up. Now I need to compress the push plate down into the clamp until the hole in the push plate aligns with the pin. The pin will secure the push plate as well as the rest of the clamp. Next, I'll take the driving sleeve. You'll notice that there's two tabs on the driving sleeve, and I'll align those with the two grooves on the plastic sleeve. I'm just putting it in place temporarily. Once the tabs are aligned, I'll rotate the driving sleeve again clockwise until the clamp locks open. Next, I'll install the driving sleeve guide. It has two notches cut in it, and I'll align those with the notches on the sleeve. Now reinstall the guide sleeve. I place it over the shaft and secure it with the small metal pin. On the opposite side, I'll install the shoulder pin and spring. Now install the driving guide. Again, I'll align the tabs with the grooves on the sleeve. And I'll secure everything with the split retaining ring. And last, I'll reinstall the rubber cover. And reinstall the shoe. And that's all it takes to replace the compression spring in your recip saw. Be sure to check back often for new videos and expert advice. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up.
And leave a comment.